The New York Stock Exchange is now closed.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
To bring it on, yo!
There's a special rung in hell reserved for people who waste good scotch.
I love scotch. Scotch is scotch.
But you need to drink first.
I drink and I know things.
What's up, guys? This is a happy hour, or not so happy hour podcast with Tom and Jay.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
We're recording live from the City of Angels.
Good old Los Angeles.
Yeah, so here we are. Still trying to figure out how we're going to do the podcast with like a studio or kind of what we want to do. I mean, right now we're just in the dining room, I guess. And there's probably a lot of echo, but we're working on it. So this is, I guess, the official.
You know,
what?
So at least we're starting.
No, exactly. Now, and here's the thing: we recorded hours,
yeah.
But this is kind of the official first episode because now we kind of have everything figured out as far as the mic goes and audio. I mean, that was a challenge, dude.
Yeah.
So, how many places did we go to?
7 in one day. 7 stops because some addresses were wrong, but I think it was a total of 5 stores.
5 stores. But it also took us like 2 weeks. We kept going to Guitar Center. Or a week. It took us a week.
Yeah.
Just multiple days.
Dude, what's crazy about that 7 trip that I didn't realize is that we also did it at like, 3:30, 4 o'clock with LA traffic. Determination.
But I felt like we didn't let the traffic get to us too much, you know what I mean?
No, and we talked about the podcast and other stuff. Some dramatic life questions, I guess.
Well,
decisions.
The first thing I wanted to ask you about was, so while we were driving around, Jay was telling me this story about the homeless chick.
Oh, yeah, dude. What's up with these fucking homeless people? And like how can you be picky and homeless or homeless and picky? So there I am.
Beggars can't be choosers.
A little buzzed. Go to 7-Eleven to get some Zins, most likely. Maybe a water bottle for the cottonmouth. This happened a couple weeks ago, so it was before Sober October. That I'm not really doing anymore. But anyway, so as I'm walking into the 7-Eleven, I see this homeless woman. Found her name's Christina or Christine, one of the two. And I was like, hey, are you hungry? Can I get you something inside? She goes, yeah, I'm hungry. I was like, perfect. Like, what would you like? She goes, well, I don't want anything from there. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I want something from next door. Next door is a fucking sushi restaurant, people. A fucking sushi restaurant. And I was like, listen, I don't have money for sushi, which will tie into the family question that came up earlier as far as money. But I don't have enough money for sushi for myself or even a hot chick from a bar. But I got a homeless person sushi, and here they are asking for it.
How much is she trying to get you to spend on her?
Well, dude, I mean, in LA, off of fucking what is that, La Cienega or Olympic or some shit?
Yeah,
not cheap. I mean, their rent's probably I didn't look, but $25 a roll.
No, but that's what I'm saying. She's sitting out there. Beggars can't be choosers, but yet she's expecting $25 sushi roll.
Here's the thing, though, is if she said sushi and we were in Hawaii, kind of makes sense because they sell sushi at the gas stations, which is actually pretty good, but not here. So it's shut up, get yourself a $3 fucking PB&J.
Bro, rewind for a second.
What?
Did you say, luckily in Hawaii, they sell sushi in the gas stations, and it's pretty good?
Bro, when I went to Hawaii, 7-Eleven, they sell sushi and like Spam Musubi and everything. It's actually pretty good.
I believe they sell it. I just don't believe it's good.
No, because it's Hawaii. It's not LA or anywhere else in the continental US.
Yeah, but it's a 7-Eleven.
I promise you, try it.
All right, I'll try.
Anybody's in there, if anybody listening is in Hawaii, fucking leave a comment.
That's actually a good point. When we were in Florida knocking doors, trying to make it happen, we were in Fort Lauderdale. And that 7-Eleven, there's a ton of Brazilians in Florida.
Yeah.
And so that 7-Eleven had all that Brazilian stuff.
Well, and like you were talking about earlier when we were at the store, how Florida has fish dip and shit. Because think about where they're located. Same thing with Hawaii. In a sense, for all you cross your T's and dot your I's out there.
If anyone listens to this and they live in LA, Could you please tell me where to find like a good like smoked salmon fish dip?
He's been looking high and low. We have no luck.
Yeah, it's like Whole Foods. You can get a crab dip, which is fine, but
Is it real crab? I saw a video how imitation crab was made the other day.
how's it made?
Holy fuck, dude. It's similar to how McDonald's makes their chicken nuggets. It's like a pink paste almost.
Ooh,
But
pink
with
slime.
with the imitation crab, when a video first starts and they start, it looks like the lint roller in your dryer. How it's like gray and clumpy. That's what it looks like. And then at the end it comes out looking like a little strip.
Cheese, dude.
It looks so gross. I mean, I'd still eat it. I'm not a picky eater. But I saw that and I was like, what the fuck?
I thought imitation crab, it was like real fish. It was not tilapia, but pollock or something like that. It's like
Probably
a white
some
fish.
Cheap. I mean, but you know what it probably is? Because I'm not saying you're wrong. But my guess would be is that for the FDA, it has to have a certain amount of fish to say that it's kind of like fish. Like when sodas are like made with juice, but it's like 1%. It's probably the same thing with imitation crab. It's like made with crab or made with fish, but it's like 2% tilapia, which tastes like dog shit.
Bro, I fully used to just eat imitation crab out of the bag.
I'm sorry. I like beef jerky, so it's probably not much better.
No,
Or
beef
Slim
jerky's
Jim.
still-
Sorry, Slim Jims.
Oh yeah, Slim Jim is
Yeah, Slim Jims.
pink paste.
Tough.
It's called pink slime. Is like the actual word for the that pink slime for the chicken nuggets. It's called pink slime, and the FDA approved of pink slime. Like that's the word for it.
To go into a chicken nugget,
To go into a child,
Not a
dude, is
fucking-
what happens.
not a fucking cake or some shit.
So you get childhood obesity.
I think of pink slime. I think of like the Nickelodeon, where like they used to sit on the little, or like carnivals have them, or
It's
schools.
exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, so that's what I think of. And if you say no, it's pink slime with food, I'd say like a cake or.
No, dude, you slime it into little. They have like 4 different shapes.
Ugh.
That's why the chicken nuggets, they're not like randomly shaped. They have like 4 shapes, and they stick them into those molds, fry them up, and sell them 5 for $20. I mean, 20 for $5. Jeez, dude, am I having an aneurysm on the podcast? This is crazy. My brain is not working. I mean, it's kind of a busy day.
I think it's that it was a busy day nonstop. We both woke up early and we had separate appointments and we drove. And then you were figuring out those big business deals that you got. So that's stressful.
Oh, thank you, dude. Try to throw
problem,
out a
dude.
subtle flex in the podcast. They're not that big.
Just
Don't
for you, dude.
come to my house.
But then, yeah, then we worked out. We drove around. Then we both came back. And then we went grocery shopping. And then we came back here and did more work. And then now we're doing work. But this is more fun than work.
Well, that's a good thing too. Is that we hit the gym for the second day in a row. Since Jay's moved here, we've struggled. I think is a good
In
word.
5 weeks, we've worked out. We've gone to the gym together like 3 times, and I think I've gone on like 3 runs. So it's 1 week, and I did it in
Damn.
5. But then this week we have gone twice.
We have been losing weight though.
Yeah, we do like pretty fucking
We're on the
good.
wartime diet.
Yeah.
It's from that guy Pavel something. He's the guy that brought kettlebells to the United States. He was on Joe Rogan. He's like a Spetsnaz guy.
Yeah, but the difference is he's eating like fucking a piece of lean meat. I'm making
Oh, dude,
buffalo
he's
chicken
eat-
sliders after this
He
with pickles.
said he eats like steak and potatoes.
That's what I mean. I don't think he's putting
But he's
Hawaiian
completely
rolls
ripped.
down this. Yeah, and he's fucking 3 times our age.
Bro, we're coming off of obesity, dude.
Okay, wasn't that bad, people? No, I'm kidding. We do look good.
Pretty close. But we've lost, now we're, I would say we're in the overweight range. Thank God.
I don't think it was ever.
Cheers.
It wasn't that bad, but if we didn't correct ourselves, we'd be those 40-year-olds in Walmart.
I would say it wasn't that bad depending on who you ask. If you
Yeah.
ask like our friends, sure. But if you ask 19-year-old Jay living on Missouri, in Missouri was the name of the street, but it was in Pacific Beach, San Diego. And we did a lot of drinking, but
Keep me
somehow
local.
we'd get up hella early, go for a run to the beach.
What, dude? Because you're young. It's just normal.
Ah,
No, I'm
No,
just
but it wasn't normal for everyone else.
No, it was what I mean by normal is like it's normal to go out, drink, and wake up like nothing happened.
Yeah, the hangover. But I mean, it's not like I'm drinking like that, but I'm still not working out. So I got rid of the drinking and the working out. It's brutal.
Okay, that's true. I see what you're saying. But whatever, on the come up.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll do a episode shirtless one of these days.
The thing is, no matter how ripped you are, everyone looks fat sitting down. Okay, not everyone fuck, but most people.
Well, I think there's a big difference.
I mean, roll like the stomach. You could still okay.
But you can tell the difference.
There's a
with the
difference,
roll.
but I'm just saying on camera. Truth is, I just hate cameras and being fucking pictured. I'm trying to shy away from it at all.
Not for long, dude. Oh, you know what? You're kind of getting cut out. I'm gonna move this camera angle real quick. So
Okay.
anyone watching on YouTube,
I'm gonna
bear
go,
with us.
I'm gonna go pee.
Wait. Oh,
What?
let me move first.
Okay. I was like, what? You just want me to sit here and ramble?
Yeah.
I guess yeah, huh? Because you need me to sit here to make sure. How do I look? All right, dude. You know what I think would be a good time right now because I have to pee? Is you wanted to talk about the Four Horsemen. But I don't know anything about it, so you're just going to be talking to me in a blank stare. Or while I go pee, you can keep the listeners entertained.
Well, we can take take a pee break.
Can you
11
pause
minutes
it?
in. Yeah. My worry is we're struggling so hard when it comes to I don't know, just doing the technical side. I don't understand. Like, I thought I was pretty good with technology, or at least I could get through it. But the reality is, when it comes to this, it's like the audio was off for the longest time. I finally got it working. And now I'm scared to even stop the recording, Luckily, Jay's pissing isn't picking up on the mic. So that's exciting. Now, but I'll say this. There's going to be someone that listens to this episode in the future. And yeah, it's our first official one. We had that other one, Confess Your Credit Score. That one, ideally, that one's out of control. But I guess this is more of the first official. Because now Jay moved to LA. That first one was on Zoom, which is crazy.
Yeah, but like you said, now I'm here. Bro, you want to hear something fucking nuts? Sorry, guys. I'm back. You had to listen to that god-awful voice of Thomas. Just kidding. My dad texted me right before we started this podcast. He's like, dude, the lotto's up to 1.2 billion. You should go buy a ticket. And I was like, well, we're doing a podcast. And I sent him a picture. And he's like, well, you got 33 minutes. And that was longer than that ago. So I was just thinking, I was like, how shitty would that be if someone won? And then you find out the location is a 7-Eleven that you could literally throw a basketball at.
Yeah, it'd be wild. But I almost bought one yesterday and no one won.
It's true. But still, I just think, like, it'd be pretty fucking funny in a weird way.
Yeah. Dude, what would you do if you won 1.2 billion? After tax, you're getting 600 million.
Well, put it into a trust. No, I'm kidding. Because you told me that.
Get a little closer.
I think it's hard to say because I've never had that kind of money before, right? So I could say I would do this or that. My hope would be is that I would do like a bunch of investing, like real estate. Well, first I'd help the fam, for sure. Help the fam and friends. But maybe go into like real estate, treasury bonds, trust, things like that, to where it's constantly making money. Start a few more businesses, sit in on some billionaire meetings, even though I'm not a billionaire. Then again, if you do the whole trust thing and you buy some property, your net worth would easily hit $1 billion. And you go to some billionaire conference, find out what they're doing. Avoid taxes as much as I can. Definitely hire a few Jews. So
Jay's Palestinian, so you can say that. But I will say, what do you mean by the whole trust thing, Jay? Where you throw in that word?
With the thing we were talking about earlier, government bonds or whatever. But I just put as much into a trust as possible that way my family was good too. And maybe buy a country for no reason. No, I'm kidding.
That would be so sick. I mean, yeah, it'd be life-changing. But if we're going to talk about money, Jay's gotten some unfortunate news the other day.
It's not unfortunate news. Just my...
Get closer.
Sorry. My dad's...
Well, hit some backstory.
Okay. So my dad met this girl in Texas like 2 years ago. And then he went to Ukraine, volunteered, and came back. And she's like, if you go back, I don't want to keep talking. So then he was like, well, I'm going back anyway. So then he goes back. He comes back. They reconnect. He moved to Texas. They start dating. So she's Peruvian, and her sister is still in Peru and wants to come to the U.S. And I kind of need some cash right now. Then again, even if you didn't, 10 grand is still kind of grabbing you. So they offered 10 grand for me to marry her for 2 years, which would have been pretty dope. It would have been a good story. But then, like we talked about, with most sales jobs in the country, especially, I mean, is it crazy to say 80%, 85% of sales jobs in LA, you'd make 10 grand in 2 months, 3 months, guaranteed.
Oh,
let alone if you have a good month or a good week. Yeah, but at base, you could do it in a month to 3.
Yeah, I think especially in LA. I mean, we're selling flooring. You can definitely do 10 grand in a month. I believe in you.
No, I'm going to. That's my plan, to try to exceed that. But I'm just saying, the reason it's enticing now is because I wasn't getting paid for a while, and I'm sleeping here, dude. It'd be nice to get my own apartment.
Oh, that's what's lit too, is Jay's living here. Try to fix this mic. No, but I thought it was a wild story because it's 2 years.
Yeah, that's true. You have to stay married for 2 years for it to count.
You have to stay married for 2 years, but also you guys are connected. She could take out a loan. You've never even met this person. You haven't even met your dad's
girlfriend. Chick. No, I know. Exactly. But that too, and it's just like, so we're married, because I'm not fucking moving to Texas. Not yet. In my current state.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But
there's no good podcasts in Texas, I'll tell you that right now.
Not a single one. But so we're married, but we're in a long distance marriage. Makes no sense. When would I have met her? I've been to Texas 3 times. Once when I was like 1, when we drove to Florida, and then when I drove to Florida with my dad. That's it. So now all of a sudden I'm married to someone who lives there. I've never been to Peru. So how does that add up? I guess you could say she was here on a visa because she has visited on a visa. Maybe she's been to California or Arizona or Florida or Ohio in the last 3 years.
Bro, what I don't understand is...
But even if you knew, not to interrupt you, but it's like, if I did meet her in Ohio 3 years ago, the government can just check, like, so we haven't been communicating. I met her 3 years ago and we said we're going to get married in October of 2023.
That's wild. I mean, I think, here's the thing that's crazy, is the reality is, if she's got a visa and she wants to come so bad, she can just come and stay.
Well, yeah, and if she has 10 grand to throw for
maybe
citizenship.
Not in Texas, but in California.
No, I know, sanctuary. I mean, go up to San Francisco. But, I mean, it's not really how it works, but I see what you're saying. But at the same time...
But it is kind of how it works. Like, what, they're going to deport her?
If she has a... I mean, no, because she has a kid, so I'm sure there's a lot more... And it's a female. But what I'm saying is...
Are they deporting people right now?
Probably. I mean...
I heard there's a crisis at the border.
But, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, no, get back into it, dude. Well, here's the thing. It's crazy because you don't even know your dad's girlfriend, and I don't know what went down.
I rambled for a second there. Sorry, guys. I lost train of thought.
I don't know what went down in the Ukraine, but when your dad came back,
I think I think he just has more empathy after seeing so much chaos, which I feel like is normal.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I don't know.
No, 100%. I mean, your dad is a man among men. I mean, he's always. I always feel like he thinks things through, and he has a plan of action. You know, he's a man of action.
Yeah, that, and he's quick on his feet.
But in this situation, it seems like, I don't know, it's missing empathy for your future, maybe? I don't know.
What do you mean, his future?
No, your future. Because it's a big risk to be married to someone illegally for 2 years.
Oh, for me to do that,
10 grand doesn't pay shit.
No, I go to jail.
I mean, how soon would you spend 10 grand? But you're still married for another year and 9 months.
Yeah, I'd probably spend 10 grand pretty quick. Pay off debt. Throw you a few bucks.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. It's out of control.
Yeah, 10 grand would go so fast.
Yeah.
I do need a lot of new stuff. My shoes have holes in them.
But if anyone heard confess your credit score, they might push you to take the 10 grand.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, fuck it. I just think he's gained more empathy because of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I wish him the best. Hope.
But dude,
okay.
you know what popped in my head? This is crazy. Exclusive podcast thought. Da-da-da. No. But it's like how they say like the reason grandparents are so nice is because like it's a second shot. That and like they don't have to like they worry about their grandkids but not like stressed about them. Yeah. They're just there to take care of them and have the parents stress about them. So I wonder if it's because like I turned 27 in what 3 days, you know, on the 7th. So it's like I have no fucking kids. But by his age, he had 2. So I wonder if he sees the fact of their situation as like, cause she just had a kid. So he sees that as like maybe an early shot.
Wait, I have to dissect it a little bit. Are you saying it's like My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
I haven't seen that, to be honest.
So in that, she's pretty much just pressured by specifically her dad, but her whole family to get married.
Okay.
Like the first scene, I saw it recently. It's pretty funny. But the first scene, she works at her dad's like Greek diner, right? And then she gets in the car with her dad, and her dad looks at her and it's like, "You look so old." And then throughout the movie, he just tells her how old she looks.
How old is she?
Well, he's just pushing, like the whole thing is like her whole family, her culture, her community. It's all pushing her to get married. She's too old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember the movie that well, but it's like, I think like her sister's married. I mean, you can imagine. It's just
no, I get it, but like
pressuring her to get married.
If she's 22, if she's 32, it's a little different.
Yeah, I mean,
guess in
like
that culture,
going to be like 32, I would say, for the movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's old as fuck.
Yeah, well,
for a chick.
That's why
in that culture, not just in
she
general.
offered you 10 grand.
Yeah, but Greek and Peru, I guess, yeah, technically, and that like Latinas and Middle Eastern just be getting married quick.
This is what pisses me off about it is who's getting into the country for $10,000? Was she trying to, use a coupon? Was she trying to get a discounted service? She's expecting you to do 2 years of marriage when in reality, I think at the border they charge like 30 grand just to walk you across. So you're in illegally and that's it. Once you're across, they're done. You know what I mean? For 30 grand with the cartel.
Do we have a cartel contact?
Oh, what? Of course, dude.
All right.
Live in San Diego.
Let's get that.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know who's listening. No, yeah. So that's the thing. It's like walking someone across the border for 30 grand is, I'm going to turn this up a little bit, is way better than being married to someone for 10 grand. It's insane. It's an insane thing.
Dude, can we get in trouble for talking about this? Like the fact that it came up? I guess not, right?
No, we never committed the crime. We can plan it.
I don't think you can plan a bank robbery.
You can't plan a bank robbery if it never happens.
Can you plan 9/11 if it never happens?
No, because that's premeditated murder.
Yeah, but bank robbing's a felony, isn't it?
I know,
It's
but
got to put it into a different echelon.
but what I'm saying is there's 3 degrees of murder. There's not. I don't think there's meditated bank robbery.
What?
But also, dude, there's a whole
There's
movie.
not premeditated bank robbery?
No, dude. I don't know. I gotta look into
Premeditated?
this.
No, Thomas, dude. Watch any. So you think 2 dudes wake
No,
up one
yeah.
day and they're like,
No, it's premeditated, but it's not a different charge. Like I'm saying,
oh,
if you
bank robbery,
decide-
just bank robbery versus.
yeah, if I walk in a Chase and I just decide to rob the bank, they're going to give me just as many years if I planned it for a week. Whereas with murder,
Oh, okay. I see.
it's different.
Okay.
me and you get in a fight and I kill you. I killed you on purpose, but it was like a crime of passion. I'm in the heat of the moment.
I guess, yeah. Versus I fell and hit a rock versus you driving to my house and
No, versus
Trash bags.
me annoyed as shit that you're still living here, and I just plan, how can I poison him? Then it's like you had full intention to kill you. You know what I mean?
yeah, don't do
So that's the worst. Premeditated.
Yeah.
If it's a fight, it's like, all right, you didn't want to kill this guy, but he pissed you off, and then you decided to kill him, but it was a lot of emotions. Versus if you got a chance to sleep on it, then you got to do life.
We're picking up Mr. Cooper's audio.
I know. I try to give him a bone to stay in there, but he refuses to. Coop's got so much attitude. He's this little terrier that just walks around the house like he owns it.
I know, dude. He thinks he's the big dick in the locker room.
Well, he actually is. That's what's crazy. Bro, have you seen his second tail? You think it's a tail because it rests on his leg when he sits down.
I guess if you were to do it by pounds of flesh versus length of cock, you might win.
Yeah, or if you just said the fact that
The ratio, that's the word.
he's probably 2 feet long, he's got 8 inches of dick. It's creepy. Yeah, but good for him. He wasn't fixed for the first 4 or 5 years of his life.
Oh boy.
God.
Your face when you heard that bark.
So annoying.
All right. I gotta check my notes.
Yeah, so we hit the 10K marriage.
Dude.
Oh, the other thing was,
Traveling with your chick
yeah.
versus traveling with dude. So, my take,
Hit me.
way easier with the dude. Different reasons though. Sorry about that squeak. Is at the end of the night, if you're with your chick, it would be kind of fun. Like if you're in, let's use Paris, because we've both been, right? Yeah, so we can picture like the Eiffel Tower at night. You and I would just be
What?
drunk. No, I'm just saying like we can picture it. It'd be cool because you'd be drunk, walking around, flirting with chicks. But when you're with your chick, it's like you can take cute pictures. It's just a different moment. But at the end of the day, the actual traveling, nah, dude, I'm sorry. Because when we went to the Middle East with my sister. It was just different. Because the whole time my dad and I are like keeping an eye out on other dudes because she's not paying attention. Like making sure she's in between us. Like just normal shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we go to Europe without her because she didn't want to go for whatever reason. And it was my dad, my uncle, my cousin. And that's the other thing with chicks. They need like a bathroom and shit like that. And they got to feel protected.
Well, that's what I'm
Whereas
saying.
when it
That's
was
why I
with-
don't blame her for not wanting to go. She's like, I didn't want to live in a car for a week.
Well, but if she was there, we wouldn't have done that. That's my point. Because like with us, it's like once you're in Europe, you can kind of go all over. So it's like, okay, for my geography friends out there, I'm going to fuck this up. I don't know if you can, but let's say you're in Germany, like, oh, let's go to France. It's a 2-hour drive, for example. Or let's say 10. Now, if there's 4 of us, we just take turns driving through the middle of the night, sleep in the car. But if you have a girl, then you have to like get a hotel because she's like going to want to shower and pamper and all that stuff. And then you still have a 10-hour drive during the day. But now you're awake or half asleep. Maybe taking turns. Unless there's always one person who just wants to get there. That's you in our group. Because I got to pee like every hour on the hour. But anyway, so we just did that. So I think it's like with your dudes, you can cover more ground. And it's like if I'm with a girl and she has to go pee and we're in some foreign country, it's like she either just goes or I have to like stand outside the door because you don't know who's doing what, right? But if it's a dude, it's like, all right, dude, I'll make sure to order you another beer while you're in the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I'm not saying that people can't take advantage of dudes or there's girls who can't take care of themselves, but I'm just saying overall.
No, it's true. I mean,
average male, average female. It's just, and I feel like when women, I'm gonna get canceled.
Jay's single and bitter.
Women are attentive and have situational awareness, but when they're with a dude, it kind of goes away because they feel safe. This is also getting canceled. I had a dog. When I walked the dog, he'd run into a parked car. He just didn't pay attention. And it was a male dog. And then when my ex walked the dog, you couldn't get within like an arm's reach of her because he's so protective. So I just think it's different throughout biology for men and women.
Yeah. I mean, I would say...
And then when we were together, he would still kind of act like an idiot because I was there.
Biologically, women would be more attentive to danger. Because they're more at risk.
I think they're more at risk, but that's why, like, after breakup, women find men before... Like, women will get a new boyfriend before a guy gets a new girlfriend, most of the time. Yeah,
but I'm saying...
Because they need someone to protect them.
But I'm saying as far as attentiveness to danger.
I think when they're alone, they're fine. What I'm saying is, like, when they're with a dude, it goes out the fucking drain.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, let's flip it. Let's say instead of two dudes, it's two chicks going on a trip. They would act the same way as if it was a chick and a dude. Like, they need an extra person as well.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying...
But alone, like
they're more attentive to danger.
They should be, but they're not. It's like, how often does a chick with one dude get kidnapped? Or a chick with three dudes get kidnapped? It's always the one that's by themselves. But meanwhile, they should be on guard.
But that doesn't have anything to do with paying attention. It has to do with the kidnapper paying attention to the fact that she's alone.
Yeah, but if I'm walking alone, nothing happens.
No, because you're not valuable.
But I'm saying it's like if she's more attentive, then she should notice more.
She does.
Because that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't. What is she kidnapped?
No one's trying to kidnap you.
I don't know. I'm going down a rabbit hole.
No, what I'm saying is no one's trying to kidnap you because what are you going to do for them? We're not building the pyramids. But they're trying to kidnap women because it's going to bring a huge price in the black market.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say.
You're saying that the girls that you know are more oblivious.
I'm saying girls are more oblivious than guys.
But that would be
sexist.
No. It's a social construct, is that literally, because the only reason a girl is more oblivious is because it's because of her culture. Because biologically, if she's in more danger, she's going to pay more attention.
Yeah, they should. But they don't.
Biologically, they do. So if a girl doesn't, it's because she was trained that way to ignore her instincts and feel safe.
She grew up around men.
Yeah. There you go. It weakened her. It's like that quote, hard times make hard men make easy times make easy men make hard times. And it goes around and around and around.
Yeah.
If a girl's always safe,
where do you think we are in that cog? I think we're in weak times. I think it's easier now if you're focused and determined to make it to like the next level than possibly it's ever been. Well, not ever, but like...
Well, I think hard times are coming. This is my theory. I was listening to the Tinfoil Hat podcast, and I don't listen... No disrespect to the Tinfoil Hat podcast. I mean, I saw Sam Tripoli at the Comedy Store, so full support. I don't know. I haven't been super into it that much. You know what I mean? It's interesting, but I'm not going to listen to a whole podcast about conspiracy theories because they're kind of all over the place. Yeah. Right? There's not like a common theme. But like 2 days ago, I was going down a TikTok rabbit hole and then I was watching these conspiracy theories. And I was like, man, these are awesome. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're hella funny. It's just interesting. You know what I mean? And so then I was like, I had to, clean the house or whatever. So I listened to Tinfoil Hat because I wanted to hear some more conspiracy theories. You know what I mean? How wild do they get? I listened to some wild ones. I listened to one about these vampires in Joshua Tree, right? So they get pretty out there. But they had this guy on, and he was like an apologist, which is pretty much just a Christian that defends their faith, right? Mm-hmm. They try to defend their faith scientifically. And so what the guy was saying is he was having these theories on who you texting?
I'm not texting anybody. I'm looking up something so I can ask you about it.
Text me on this podcast, dude. I'm butthurt now.
Bro, I'm not texting.
Don't make me roast you the way Schultz.
Don't bring up Andrew
Steiny.
Schultz and Steiny. I'm literally on
Steiny.
Google.
No. Okay, so this guy, he had this theory, and I want to preface this for the YouTube censors. All right, now we're going to dig into the book of Revelations here, all right, in the biblical text. So for the YouTube censors, unless you're a believer, this should be treated the same way as if I was talking about, Norse mythology. So this is Christian mythology.
Okay, sorry. I found what I was Googling.
Yes, so this is what this guy was saying. Is his conspiracy theory is that in the book of Revelations, chapter 6, they talk about the four horsemen of the apocalypse, mm-hmm. right? Now, the four horsemen, the first one is pestilence, right? The white horse. I pulled this up just in case I forget, but the first one is pestilence, the white horse. The second is the red horse, which is like conquest and war. It's the war horse. Mm-hmm. The third is the black horse, which is famine, right? And then the fourth is the pale horse. This is what the verse says about the pale horse, because it's lit. It says, so I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and hell followed close. So it's pretty metal. But no, so this was the conspiracy theory from this guy on Tinfoil Hat podcast. He was saying that the four horsemen are riding right now and that we're in the apocalypse. So since the four horsemen, it goes pestilence, war, famine, death. Okay? Those are the four. And this guy was arguing that war happened in 2001 with 9/11.
Okay.
Right? So that was the first horseman. Then he says the second horseman was famine, which was the 2008 financial crisis. And he says the third horseman was pestilence, which was COVID-19 in 2020. So now he says the fourth horse is missing, which is death. That's when everyone's going to die. I disagree wholeheartedly, because if you're looking at the text from John of Patmos, the Revelations of John, he lists them in order. It first goes pestilence, then it goes war, then it goes famine, then it goes death. Okay? So, what's the biggest pestilence that's ever happened? Bubonic plague, the Black Death, right? Killed a third of the population in Europe. But it was not global, right? It did not affect, it didn't affect, I don't believe it affected North America, South America.
No clue.
Yeah. So it wasn't global. The first time in human history, well, I'll say this. So the way he lists them, he says it goes war with 9/11, famine with the 2008 financial crisis, and then pestilence with COVID-19. But according to John of Patmos, it starts with pestilence, then it goes to war, then it goes to famine, then it ends with death. Okay? So what I'm saying is the first kind of pestilence, right? Worldwide disease was COVID-19, right? And that's when it starts. So I think 9/11 and 2008 have nothing to do with it. If you're going to go...
But you know what I think it is? I think it's like when people say the world's going to end in 2012. So in 2012, they probably thought that was the end. I feel like it's always going to be like kicking the can down the road.
No, yeah, for sure. But if the Four Horsemen were to ride, if they're going to ride,
yeah,
the first time in human history, the whole world was together, right? Completely united.
Pangea.
And they closed it down.
Oh, sorry.
No, what? Pangea?
Sorry.
No, not the continents.
You said world.
The people.
You said world together.
Oh my God. No, I'm saying the people. So the most powerful governments, they haven't controlled the whole populace of Earth, you know what I mean? The human race. So for the first time ever in 2020, right, during COVID-19, the whole world was united under this one cause of pestilence, right? A disease that shut down the entire world. Okay. Yeah. So that's the first time that anything like this has happened worldwide. What I'm saying is the biggest disease.
But
right?
What if their argument is 9/11? Because all planes were grounded
in America.
Pretty sure throughout the world.
I don't think it was throughout the world.
Check the Googs. Or do you want me to check?
So, and how long was it down? A day?
Yeah, probably. It couldn't have been. I mean, if you were rich, it probably wasn't.
There's no way it was around the world.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Couldn't fly. Or the U.S. was going to attack.
I'm pretty sure you couldn't fly.
I'm saying
there's got to be some NATO clause about terrorism and stopping shit.
Okay, that's with NATO. So Russia grounded their planes because of us?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe even if you're not part of NATO, it's a big enough thing.
Is it?
Yeah, planes were hijacked.
I'm saying this isn't a global event. I know it's a global event, but it's like, if you look through human history, it's like, yeah, so they grounded planes for a day and then they started looking at your text messages. It's like, think about what happened with COVID. 9/11.
No, I know it doesn't compare.
Doesn't
at
even
all.
compare.
But you know what's crazy is of the illegal immigrants that have come to the U.S. this year, of the ones we've caught like 75,000 Chinese military age males or some shit. Fucking crazy.
Why is that crazy that people want to leave China and come to the United States?
But they're all military age male.
I'm a military age male.
That's what I mean. But 75,000 of them?
Okay. It was the entire airspace of the United States and Canada. Mexico is still flying planes.
Oh, damn. Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's not the horse. Bro,
no, I'm just saying
horse
maybe this guy's
pestilence.
Crazy and not smart that he is viewing it from just the U.S. Maybe he's saying the U.S. is, whoa, dude, wasn't the conspiracy?
No, they just have the...
What if he just says this? What if he means it's just the U.S. that's going to collapse? Because everything that he mentioned in his Four Horsemen is just with the U.S.
No, the Four Horsemen, it's in the Bible.
No, I'm saying, but he's relating it to only things that happen in the U.S.
Oh, but then it would defeat the purpose. It's like...
But what if he's saying the U.S. is going to collapse?
But then it's not a prophecy. He's saying that this is a prophecy that's going to happen to the world.
He says world? Because I just realized that everything's with the U.S. What has he said that applies to the world?
No. It's not him. It's John of Patmos that died 2,000 years ago. Wrote this stuff down. And this conspiracy theorist is trying to connect...
That's what I'm talking about. The conspiracy theorist, not John.
But
saying the conspiracy theorist.
It's a worldwide prophecy. It's not that the United States...
I'm saying maybe he's a fucking idiot because everything he mentioned is with the U.S.
I think
and he's wrong and your point's more right.
Yeah.
Now that we explained 9/11, I was wrong. Now your point makes more sense.
What I'm saying...
And why he seems like a crazy...
But also... Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Is... I mean, it wasn't a world war after 9/11. It was a war on terror.
Yeah.
World War II is a bigger... World War II is a bigger war. But you know what's going to be an even bigger war? Is what? World War III. A nuclear war. All right? If we invade any country in the Middle East, is that going to start a nuclear world war?
Dude, I think the only chance we'll ever have a nuclear war is if
we side with Ukraine against
Putin
Russia.
Just says, fuck it, I'm dying anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
but
that's
even
the
then,
second horseman.
Or would we just nuke Russia and everyone else would be like, we're not participating?
Yeah, but nukes would start going off. This is what the second horseman, it says. When he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature saying Come and see, another horse, fiery red, went out, and it was granted to the one who sat on it to take peace from the earth, and that people should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. So what I'm saying is I think the first horseman rode in 2020, right?
Okay.
This is just a conspiracy theory. It's not true.
Okay.
Right? Don't cancel us on YouTube. This is coming straight out of Revelations. So this was written thousands of years before Fauci started shutting shit down. So the first one is pestilence, right?
Mm-hmm.
The white horse. So COVID 2020. The whole world is controlled by who? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
World Health Organization. They have to shut down. You're not allowed to do anything because of a disease. But it doesn't kill anyone because it's just pestilence. Death is the last one. But in the second one, then they go to war. Now, for the first time, I mean, are we close? We're as close as possible to the doomsday clock. The other day, I remember looking it up, and we were closer to the doomsday clock than we were during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The doomsday clock, all it is an estimate from scientists to how close we are to extinction.
What does it say?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll Google it. Bro, you ready for this?
Will I be alive or dead?
Okay. So the doomsday clock, once it strikes midnight, that means it's pretty much extinction for humans, or nuclear war is how it started.
I guess
but now,
my grandkids, not just me.
Yeah, now they've factored in like environmental issues and a bunch of other stuff. But pretty much, it's the bulletin of the atomic scientists, the atomic doomsday clock. So there was that song by Iron Maiden, 2 minutes to midnight. And that's what it's about.
Okay.
So we're 2 minutes to midnight because I believe during the Cuban, let me look at it what it was. But I believe during the Cuban Missile Crisis, it was 2 minutes to midnight. I'll look it up.
2 minutes until the world ends and we're closer to it than ever? Dude, people with anxiety can't sleep, and I wonder why. I mean, I would just go to bed. Like that meme. It's like, what would you do if you knew you were going to not wake up tomorrow, and show someone like jumping into their bed?
Okay, so it says... But it's always... Oh. Okay, so at the Cuban Missile Crisis, it wasn't that close. It was 7 to 12 minutes. In 1953, because the Cuban Missile Crisis was in 1962, in 1953, it says that for the first time, the clock was set to 2 minutes to midnight, right? Because the U.S. and Soviet Union both tested nuclear weapons. So that's where it started. Once the U.S. and the Soviet Union started testing nuclear weapons, then they set the clock 2 minutes to midnight. And then it went down as we de-escalated and stuff like that. Then it went up and down. Right now, bro, with Russia, you know, fighting over the Donbass region, where do you think we're at? 90 seconds to midnight.
What the fuck?
This is the closest we've ever been. Because like you said, Putin can say, fuck it, I'm going to die. Launch.
But that's for nuclear war. I thought we were talking about world wars. How would that trigger world war?
How? I mean, would there be any world left to war? That's the final war. What do you mean? The United States gets obliterated. How many nuclear missiles go off before the whole planet's uninhabitable?
And I'm such
it
an
blocks
idiot.
out the sun.
I forgot about air and shit like that.
It's not the explosions. It's the fact that the nuclear winter,
I know,
it's like Book
idiot.
Eli.
Yeah.
So now there's no more wars. So war to
I promise
end
I'm
all
not
wars.
this dumb, you guys. I'm just tired.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Hey, and we've been going for a while, but I'll finish it with this. This is my conspiracy theory. All right. I'm not saying it's true. Don't cancel me off YouTube. But I'm saying the Four Horsemen, the white horse, rode in 2020 during COVID-19 when the whole world was brought together under the purpose to shut it down because of a disease. The disease, yeah, whatever. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not going to take a side
I
here.
got you.
But, and it's the false prophet brings it on. So if anyone out there can think of someone who is really pushing safe and effective during pestilence,
Yeah.
I don't want him to sue me, but he's from New York and he did gain of function research in Wuhan. Do the math. False prophet. Boom. And then the second seal is war. So that's with nuclear war with Russia, right? We're about to go into World War III. It's reality.
Yeah.
So that's the second one. The third one is famine. And so famine, now, I don't remember exactly who the guy was. I wish I had my phone. My phone's recording this. The camera.
I can Google it if you just...
Okay, well, it was this guy. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about how well, like how will the United States survive, Russia and China, the two biggest threats, right? And he's talking about like population fold, but ultimately his point was that
is it Peter Zion? No, because there was a Z, but I thought it was Zach.
I think it is Peter Zion. That sounds correct. I'm going to say it's
January 7th, 2023, because I was in Arizona and we talked about it.
I'm going to say so it's Peter Zion. So Peter Zion, so what he was saying is that ultimately there will be famine on Earth. And he said pretty much like, if we go to war with China, I guess his argument was we'd starve them out.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. I looked it up and I clicked images because I remembered what he looked like. And it's him.
Yeah, because I guess there's this stuff called potash that is required for farming or mass farming. I don't understand it, but it comes from Canada. Canada is obviously a super close ally and neighbor. So we're going to get all the potash. The United States does a shit ton of farming. So the United States is going to be good. But this is my theory. So pretty much he's saying that there will be famine in like 2050, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was Peter Zion's argument. If that's true, and what are Peter Zion's credentials?
Let me check.
Is he just a stoner?
Dude, your neighbors are screaming out there.
Yeah. But pretty much, if Peter Zion's correct,
so it's podcast episode 1921, and his credentials.
Like, where's he from? Is he a professor? What's his deal?
So I'll just read the quick thing Google popped up. Kind of covers it all. He graduated from Marshalltown High School in 1992.
No, but I'm saying, what does he do? What does he do currently?
Well,
what's
I thought
his
you were talking
occupation?
about what's he doing. Well, let me read it. I'm no Jamie. Obtained a BS in political science from Northeast Missouri State University. Postgraduate diploma in Asia Studies from University of Otago.
Okay.
Well, he's a geopolitical strategist.
I take the whole theory
who has
back.
immersed himself in the world of
happen.
international affairs.
Okay, so
he's a geopoliticist. Is that a word?
Yeah, geopoliticist.
Yeah.
That was the answer.
Well, fuck. Gotta give me a second.
No, I'm kidding. Now it sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but
he does. 1921 was like that podcast was one of the best.
Yeah, it's super good. Yeah,
because the thing is too is I remember, now that we're talking about it, I remember as he was talking, I was Googling shit, which, as the listeners can tell, took me forever, but got it done. And everything he was saying was right. And I checked multiple sources.
Yeah.
So
okay. So if he is right, I don't know what figure he used, like 2050 or something like that. So if the world starves,
dude, I don't think it was that. I want to say like 2030.
Okay, if that's the case,
like I think,
but then that makes sense.
It was something ridiculous, like really soon.
That's what I'm saying. It makes sense. So the Four Horseman was COVID. The second horseman is war with Russia. The third horseman is worldwide famine. Then the fourth horseman is death, and hell follows him close.
If I remember correctly, he also predicted the Ukraine war. and he talks about it for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
So it says, just quick googs, it says within the next 10 years. So January of 2033. So I wasn't too far off.
So that's what I'm
But
saying.
it says within. So
okay,
it's within 2030.
But I'm saying if you start at 2020 with the first Horsemen, they're happening back to back. Now we're at war with Ukraine.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
We start killing people, it goes crazy. Then it's famine. And then the fourth is the pale horse. God knows what that means. Is it the Anunnaki showing back up? The pale ones? The gray ones?
Fuck.
Just kidding. I don't know. How deep do
like,
we want to go? Do you want to
asking
spark
me.
a joint? You want to go for it? Or what's happening? No, I'm kidding. We got to cut it short because here's the thing. Me and Jay are working on this podcast. We're going to keep doing it.
Dude, if you think
We're
about it.
already at an hour?
Dude, when did we leave the house this morning? Like 9? I left at like 8:15. When did you leave? Like 8:30? Let's just say 9. It's 8.
I left at like 8:20 or so, just right after you.
Let's just say 8. It's 8:13. So we had a 12-hour day.
12-hour day, baby.
And that's how
but it's also 55 minutes in. We said we were going to do 30-minute podcasts.
Dude, we got to cut. We're going to clip. As, clip it.
But I think we were getting some good shit.
No, dude, I think we leave it and then we make clips,
Yeah.
put them on Instagram and TikTok, and that's fucking next.
Boom. All right, everyone. Pray for the audio. If you're listening to this, your prayers were answered.
Yeah, thank God.
Peace out.